Good evening. My name is Patray. The title of my presentation is Your First Hack Part 1. The objectives. As part of the objectives in this lab, Mmap and open source Kali command line 2 and Kyotrip 1 were used to scan and demonstrate how enumeration or footprinting can be used to gather information and access vulnerabilities associated with targeted system or networks in the following ways: port detection, enumeration services, and version detection, operating system, and intrusive scanning. In this example, a scan of open ports is done once the IP address is gathered, and to do so, I was able to type Mmap and IP address within the range of 0 to 24 to scan all the IP addresses on the network. This is a continuation of the IP scan, another continuation of the IP scan. Now I was able to use several Mmap commands. Command 1 was aggressive scan and Mmap of -B minus and then A minus followed by the IP address. The -B minus, this switch scans all 65,535 ports, and the -A detect both OS and services. Command number 2, I used the -SV command. This scan is an intrusive scan of port 80, which is an HTTP port associated with the web. It is used to find vulnerabilities and other anomalies with that specific port. The third command is the nmap -SN command. This is a no-port scan that is used to scan the devices on the network. While it may not seem as useful as a port scan, the implication is that knowing every device on a network, including things like security system or even the Ring doorbell, can be very intrusive. The fourth Mmap command was the Mmap -O command. The above Mmap command is used to scan for the type of operating system. The fifth Mmap command I used was the -SV. This is a Mmap service command. It attempts to determine the version of the service running on the port. The sixth Mmap command is a trace route command. Trace routing, as its name suggests, consists of gathering information on the intermediating routers through which traffic passes from one point to another. Most operating systems already bring this functionality through the command trace route. The NSE, the Mmap scripting engine suite for trace routing is described by way of the arrow. Flaws, hypothesis methodology. This is the system analysis and penetration technique in which the specific documentation for an information system is analyzed to produce a list of hypothetical flaws. This list is then prioritized on the basis of estimated probability that a flaw exists, the ease of exploiting it, and the extent of control or compromise it will provide, leading to the penetration testing of the system. In other words, this is when a penetration tester uses prior knowledge of vulnerabilities combined with the information being gathered during the footprinting process to make a prediction of the possible flaws and or vulnerability in the system. The hypothesis in my finding is that there are several flaws in the system, with the easiest to exploit being ports 22 and port 139, which are the secure shells and the service messenger block ports. Open ports can be used to attack along with the visible IP address, which can be spoofed. Two additional flaws are researched is the open SSH, which is a connectivity tool for remote sign-in that uses SSH protocol to encrypt all traffic between client and server to eliminate eavesdropping, correction, hijacking, and other attacks. When exploiting the SSH, I obtain information that the Open SSH 2.9 version, that this version was vulnerable to the off by one error in the channel code. This code allowed malicious actors to gain privilege in the system. Another vulnerability associated with this flaw is information disclosure. The vulnerability allows a remote attacker to enumerate all accounts on the system. Another flaw is the Samba. Samba provides secure, stable, fast file and print services for all clients using the SMB/CIS protocol. When exploiting Samba, this 2.2.18 version, two methods can be used to exploit it. The first method involves Metasploit using hijacking tool to gain root access to the system. The second method involves PearlScript and allows remote authenticated users to cause a denial of service, that's an application crash, and possibly execute arbitrary code via a Samba request when a large number of security descriptors triggers a heap-based buffer overflow. These are my references. Thank you.